Attention gamers. Previously on my attempts to trust Blizzard's code and not waste weeks of my life, I let a poster on a wall triple dog dare me to play patty cake with a few dead corpses, which required me to risk my own life in a coal mine where I would be more outnumbered than a young Riley Reid on a casting couch. I showed that of the 5 dungeons I had completed to date, I had yet to win a single piece of loot, which meant I was effectively just a useless 30-year-old with a gambling problem, who spends too much time editing WoW videos. I completed a quest with a drop rate so low it had me questioning the meaning of life, and then I teamed up with AG1 Hercules to attempt the Gan of Nomer with just 3 people. So we left off with me ready to introduce the final boss to the Rue of Zar, but before I could even open on the weaponized Stephen Hawking, I had to deal with the first suicide bomber, which we quickly learned wasn't going to work.
I need your damage or we die.
We decided to let the priest deal with the bombs while also healing us, while also apparently tanking, and while it was initially looking more sus than finding hundreds of baby oil bottles in a rapper's house, we discovered that this robot apparently has a kidney.
Nice. Who else would think of kidneying besides Rav?
Which made this too easy, and I wanted to give the viewers what they wanted. A death.
I'm dead!
So I came up with a brilliant idea.
I'm not taking off my staff!
But the power of peer pressure prevailed.
I took it off! I'm punching! Rav!
I took mine off too, which did admittedly make the last 10% of the fight deadly.
Bombs! Double, triple bombs!
For our random healer.
I don't want this priest to die.
But with it we conquered the metal taint of the gnomes, and you're probably thinking what's left in the game to do after something like that.
I mean, we could do a take all of our clothes off and see how it would play out. I'm actually kind of curious.
I call that bi-curious.
But then I hit the level 30s WoW drought, where the levels get slower, the zones look like dehydrated ejaculate, and really nothing of interest happens. Well, actually there was the library incident.
Wait. Am I gonna get? I can't. Oh my god.
No, you're good. Holy shit.
Oh my god. Dude, okay, maybe you shouldn't have said, hey, let's relive them all yesterday.
And of course there was that time I thought I was in love. Her quiet cleverness coming through. She was the first to compliment my damage despite my crippled hand, me willing to risk my reputation amongst the trolls to be with an undead and show her what a real boner. But we ended up wanting different things. She wanted to level fast while I wanted to know why my quest log was always fucking full. With that said, there was a problem to address. You see, the trolls were coming out on top every week, which of course did mean that we were the life of the party. But it also meant that we would be blessed with the weekly benefits of winning the dick measuring contest.
A preciously calibrated boomstick, a fiery Lorax, ardent custodian, a blood racer, a bow of searing arrows,
Holy fuck!
Terran icebreaker,
Yeah!
and an ice mail jerkin. A full epic
I
package.
smell jerking my loot tonight.
This amount of power meant that there would be fights over who would get to lead the trolls.
What is going? I got full kidney. Full kidney.
Oh,
be
dude,
over.
this
But it also meant that other tribes of trolls would be starting wars with us, and it was on me to respond to the first threat to our tribe's leadership.
Da Blood Scout tribe. They be kidnapping me, son mon. Yes, they got them ginger pews, man. They be overthrowing the beaches and the jungles, mon. Oh, they not be shutting up about some Julia Chicks Jabathon, man. They be threatening our people, mon. They be starting crypto coins and pump dumping dumb bitches out their money, man.
Turns out they had a full gang strong in numbers, and we all know never to trust a troll with a red mohawk. They had the beaches swarmed, the ones where you can see all the idiots jumping off the Zepp at the wrong time, just wondering what kind of noob is doing such a thing. But jokes aside, any tribe threatening the leadership of the Tusk had to be dealt with. I tell the guy who goes to the same barber as me that I whispered sexual innuendos into every last blood scalp's ears, but then he sends me on a messed up mission. He said that he thinks their tribe took his son and wants me to five-finger discount their stash of shrunken heads so that he can see if any of them are his long-lost son. This would require me to go deep into the ratchet-ass runes where every troll follows the buddy system, and my flailing one-armed DPS would be put on the shot clock in every fight to avoid patrols. After 20 minutes I had gotten more heads than a lopsided coin, and while he was looking through them for his useless dead son, I want to talk about the side quest I was doing during this time. You see, the dwarf who had to play Tarn was going through a content drought, so he needed someone to layer him. Little did he know I would use him as the captive audience for the joke I tried to tell Ampy last year.
Blocking.
He left my ego hurt for a second time, so I had to throw some shade when I left. And a joke is bad when you have to explain it yourself, so I will let Tyler 1 explain it instead.
Said he was going to visit friend's grave and said he was going to RFD. He means Amelia.
Trying to taunt. Save her! Oh my fucking god.
Run now, Tyler. Run now, Tyler. Run now, Tyler.
Fine.
Jokes aside, I did have to go into the Downs of Razorfen, where I was informed of the damage that I would be doing if I didn't have a gimp arm, and listen to an army of incel simps shouting self-found. Not to mention this other rogue was a modern-day Sherlock Holmes when diagnosing my lack of DPS, and when he found out I was one-armed he must have said dank 5 less fingers to wear one of these and stole it from me. But it's okay because I knew it was only a matter of time before I got my revenge and he would pay the price. Okay, it's not like he died, I just outrolled him on the fleshlight shoulders, every one-armed rogue's coveted prize, but the real reason we were here was to pay respects to the chick I had a short fling with in the Highlands of Arathi. 07 Amelia, and hello to my new main hand. This would be needed as remember concerned Dad Nimboya. Well, he would now be sending me on a dangerous mission. Into the Bloodscalp area that is so congested you would think Kai Cenat just announced he's hosting a meet and greet there. As a rogue who could barely kill one at a time, I knew I would have to be smart. I Bernie Sanders the first doctor, and then when the second came I threw a bunch of dried oatmeal in his eyes. I then looked at the first clan leader and said, without your 2 personal doctors I think your health will start to look dire. The first woke up because I do less damage than a deflated dildo, and he immediately started administering medical care to the leader. I declined the offer to receive about half of their attacks as I missed my kick, lost my combo points, and desk popped a simp stick coming out of the ground instead of attacking the boss. I was close to mojoing myself, but I took down the first of the clan leaders before opting to avoid the price of dealing with doctors or today's healthcare system. But speaking of bosses who got assassinated, I was now ready and waiting for theirs. My plan was to slay the respawns as they came, but there was no avoiding the final group of 3 at once. I figured the plan would be the same, Joe Biden the first and then throw pixie shit in the other's eyes, and as you can see I failed, but the Loa was looking down on me because it turns out that employee clearly hated his boss and was cool with not protecting him, so it was on. And with that, I had single-handedly taken down the tribe leaders, a task that I'm sure others would struggle with even more if they dared to try it. I took their heads back to base, and apparently putting them in some boiling water would let them talk to me. The first skull was not very willing to help.
On Warrior?
Fucker. I've already admitted my mistakes and apologized. Fuck you for coming in here and saying it again after I feel like shit.
I know you feel like shit,
But the second said he would give us more information if we could secure him the sacred piles of skulls representing the hardcore failures of this season. The first representing the unknown elements of hardcore, a lack of familiarity with a new class and the consequences that come from it.
Frick. So dead, bro. God damn it.
The second showed the power of surprise, a lack of knowledge about the game, and a griefing community of degenerates.
Bro, I'm so bad at the game.
And the third, represented by greed, stupidity, and a lack of patience, whereas simply waiting for the right time would be better than rushing in. But the man behind these skulls does no such thing.
Trav, why did you AoE fear, man? Trav, why did you AoE?
I harvested the skulls of the 3 biggest hardcore failures to give as tribute to the leader, who then told me that the information I seek is held south, by one of the deadliest tribe leaders in the Vale. Taller, stronger, and more protected than the other trolls. Many mouth-breathing morons think they can deal with him, not realizing he stuns and executes, only to learn the hard way why this tribe leader is not to be messed with. I knew I wasn't strong enough to take him on alone, as I would likely die in a single stun, so I'd have to give up. But then I saw a hunter. The same class as my father, who apparently also had the positional awareness of Dad as well. I saved him and we agreed to fight the leader together, but the whole time I couldn't help feeling a bond between me and this random player. I returned to the speaking pot of soup, where I learned that the Mon's son we had been searching for was killed by a troll named Zanzel. And there would only be one way to end this war and send a message to the other troll tribes.